Hello everyone. Oh, what a great sky. Can you see that great sky? How's that turn out in the video? Probably not very good. Probably overexposed. Oh well, good looking sky to me. I'm standing in an open field that's been cleared for hay for a long time. And they're clearing the woods nearby. They're clearing out all the timber, harvesting the timber to make firewood. And I've been following it for a couple of years and decided to do more so today. It's going to be interesting to watch. I'll try to shoot some video to show you what's going on, but you can see behind me right there some of the timber that they've cut and hauled out. And I'll show you. You'll enjoy this. I'll shoot some video to toss in right about now, so you can see what they're doing. They're using draft horses to clear the timber they've cut down. I'm not sure I'll get to see that again. Maybe I'll have to go get some old draft horse stuff and show it to you, because I'm not sure I'll get it again. They're getting ready to cut another tree down, an old beech tree. They want to get it cut down fairly soon, so I think they're going to do that next. Maybe I'll have video of that also. I've done this a couple of times out here where I've shot these guys clearing the woods for timber and for firewood. And I'll probably do it again another couple of times before the season is over. They're clearing all this land so they can build houses on it. It's interesting. This is one of the last pieces of wooded land in Westerville. Very large expanse of wooded land. And they're going to turn it into houses, apartments, and office buildings. It's immediately adjacent to the Yarnell farm. On the other side of it is part of the Westervelt family farm. I'm kind of covered in mud. Maybe I should shoot a picture of my shoes covered in mud. Here's the tractor coming back. I think I'll just walk back to the facility where everybody is, where they're going to be doing their thing. Kind of bear with me here as we go through the mud. Can you hear that tractor yet? Let's see if we can see it over my shoulder coming along there. No, I don't see it. Well, we'll keep looking. Here it comes. So I was riding the tractor and I got off when he picked up some of this timber. Thought I'd stay here and get this video started. It's an interesting close to the end of my day to be out here in a farm field with all the dirt and the mud. It began earlier this morning, obviously. It does begin in the morning, when I went out to Hoover Reservoir just to drive by to see what was going on, and the water was almost perfectly still. It had this little tiny covering of ice. I'm going to come back to this because I want you to see these guys here on their tractor as they go by. Now look at me like, what kind of fool am I? There we go. That's Rodney and Kevin. They're clearing the timber. There's the tractor. There you go. There they are.
Going? You can stand on that thing back there.
No, I'm going to walk back there.
You walk?
Yeah, I like the mud.
You can't grab hold?
All right, there they go. I haven't offered to ride the tractor, but I'm going to walk on back. Gives me a chance to continue on about this morning. When I looked out across the lake with its still waters, no wind, and there was just a little tiny covering of ice and parts of it, I noticed that there was a fellow out on the lake paddleboarding. He was standing up on his paddleboard and he was just navigating along almost through the middle of the lake. So immediately I stopped, fool that I am. Immediately I stopped, pulled over, found a parking spot, made a couple of frames. You're going to have to pardon me bouncing around here. Made a couple of frames. It worked out pretty good. And then he came over, came off the lake. I told him how unusual it was to come out here and see someone early in the morning on Hoover on a paddleboard, wearing a wetsuit, furry cap. He said, yeah, I come out here 3 to 5 times a week. As it turns out, he is an international competitor, a triathlete, does Ironman and triathlete tryouts or workouts. He's quite the stuff. So I made photographs of him, which I'm pretty sure I'll show below or make that my final photo. We'll go from there. What really started out to be nothing more than a crazy guy on a paddleboard out in the middle of an ice-covered lake turned out to be one of those moments where you never really know who you're talking to. You never know really who the person is you're going to start taking pictures of and for a nice feature. So when you stop and start talking to them and discover their history, their story, you become more amazed at knowing that there are people around you every day who you don't get to talk to, who have amazing stories to tell. So you have to find a way to do that. Best thing you do is just walk up to them and start talking. Everybody has a story they want to tell. Everybody has a story they want to have heard. And as a photographer, you get to do that. Now here's what I'm going to do for this story. I'm going to stop for a minute. And I'm going to shoot some video of the mud I got to walk through to go where we're going to be going. I'm getting ready to cut down this beech tree, and I don't want to miss that. I'll talk to you in a minute, okay? All right. Well, there they go. They're leaving. I'll be leaving soon, too. We just cut down that beech tree. I got some video. I don't know when I'll show it to you, but I'll show it to you. We did cut down the beech tree. You're going to have to pardon me if I'm not watching the camera here. I'm walking through tractor ruts that are frozen and got ice and snow in them. So I'm going to be bouncing around. I'm getting ready to depart. Like I mentioned earlier, cut the beech tree down, brought all the horses out, brought the tractor out, brought Rodney and Kevin out, brought me out, and Rodney's getting the horses ready to go home. That's Belle and Stormy. I've done pictures and video of them before. I think they tolerate me. I think they like Rodney. He feeds them. All I do is make the photograph. All right, I'm going to ask you to do all those YouTube things, to subscribe and like and comment and share and do all that stuff. Get me a bunch of subscribers and just have fun, enjoy yourselves. Don't know what this is going to look like. It may be kind of disjointed because I hadn't really thought it through, just did a bunch of stuff. We'll see what it looks like, and I'll be back in a minute.